This is the Part 2 of the Biology Semester 1 exam. 27. The eastern meadowlark and the western meadowlark are two closely related bird species. The two species avoid interbreeding because they have different mating songs. This is an example of A. Behavioral isolation, B. Geographical isolation, C. Artificial selection, D. Adaptive radiation. 28. A student hypothesized that green algae will grow fastest when exposed to blue light. To test this hypothesis, the student should design an experiment with which independent variable? A. The amount of time per day that algae are exposed to light, B. Color of algae, C. Rate of algae growth, or D. Color of light that algae are exposed to. 29. Under a microscope, a series of cells are observed that lack membrane-bound internal organelles. Which of these is most likely cell type? A. A plant cell, B. A prokaryotic cell, C. A eukaryotic cell, E. An animal cell. 30. In a typical animal cell, which component contains the greatest amount of water? A. Cell membrane, B. Cytoplasm, C. Nucleus, D. Ribosomes. 31. Under a microscope, a series of cells are observed that lack membrane-bound internal organisms. Which of these is most likely cell type? A. Plant cell, B. Prokaryotic cell, C. Eukaryotic cell, D. Animal cell. 32. Which of these supports the cell theory as stated today? A. Not all cells are alive, B. New cells are produced by the division of existing cells, C. Cells must contain a nucleus, D. All organisms are composed of one or more cells. D says all organisms are composed of more than one cell. 33. Graphs show two separate experiments in the same species of plant. The students now want to determine how the use of rainwater or bottled water affect the growth of this plant. Which condition should be used for optimal growth as the two water types are tested? So we have growth experiments with plant growth in centimeters on the left and temperature on the bottom. And the other graph shows plant growth on the left and water on the bottom. So is it A, 20 degrees Celsius, 10 milliliters per day, B, 35 degrees Celsius, 20 milliliters per day, C, 25 degrees Celsius, 35 milliliters per day, or D, 30 degrees Celsius, 45 milliliters per day? 34. The diagram shows a section of cell membrane and includes a channel protein. The function of this protein is to A. Exchange organelles or chromosomes between specialized cells, B. Strengthen the outer boundary of the cell, C. Allow certain substances to enter or leave the cell, D. Connect reproductive cells during fertilization. 35. An early biological theory stated that a change in population can occur when organisms with favorable variations for a particular environment survive and pass these variations on to the next generation. This theory is better known as the theory of A. Variation adaptation, B. Acquired characteristics, C. Natural selection, D. Punctuated selection. Good. 36. According to the fossil record chart, trilobites probably lived in what ancient environment? So we have the period, representative life, and major events. Tertiary period had primitive horses, opening of the Red Sea. Cretaceous period had last dinosaurs, formation of the Rocky Mountains. Jurassic period had quarry dinosaurs. Triassic period had the first dinosaurs. The breakup of Pangaea begins. Permian period had primitive reptiles and the supercontinent of Pangaea intact. Pennsylvania period had giant insects. Mississippian period had brachiopods, little seasonal variations. Devonian period had primitive fishes, mountain building in Europe. Silurian period, sea scorpions. Ordovician period, the nautiloids, beginning of mountain building in North America. Cambrian period had the trilobites, oceans covered most of North America. Fossils older than the Cambrian age are rare, so formation of early supercontinent then. So the trilobites occurred in mountaintops, A, B, shallow seas, C, freshwater lakes, or D, terrestrial forests. 37. A scientist develops a hypothesis, designs an experiment, and obtains data that supports her hypothesis. Which of the following best describes when a hypothesis becomes theory? A. When the official scientific method is followed. B. When it's supported by consistent data from many experimental trials. C. When one good set of scientific data supports a theory. D. When a website is created to display the theory. 38. Which of these best describes an organism's ability to maintain the constant internal conditions necessary for life? A. Homeostasis. B. Reproduction. C. Stability. D. Adaptation. 39. An animal cell is placed in distilled water. It will swell and burst. The bursting of the cell is a result of which biological process? A. Active transport. B. Enzyme activity. C. Osmosis. D. Respiration. Whoop. 40. Lemurs' bodies are adapted to efficiently store energy at 4 times when food is scarce. This adaptation may help to explain how lemur ancestors survived the trip across the Mozambique Channel from mainland Africa to Madagascar. Which of the following types of molecules are primarily used for long-term storage, energy storage in a lemur? Is it A. Lipids, B. Monosaccharides, C. Nucleic acids, D. Proteins? 41. The different species of Hawaiian honey creepers are shown have all descended from a single species of North American bird. They now have different beaks, eat different foods, sing different songs, and live in different environments on the island. Which factor probably contributed most to the development of these different species? So we have 4 species of Hawaiian honey creepers: the Himatian sanguinii, the Trypanis funerae, the Heminathus wilsoni, and the Siderostra belui. Is it A. Predation, B. Loss of habitat, C. Geographic isolation, or D. Egg size? 42. Which of the following is not an example of adhesion? A. Dew on the grass in the morning. B. Formation of water droplets. C. Water on a spider web. D. Water dripping down a window. 43. The building blocks of both DNA and RNA molecules are known as A. Amino acids, B. Nucleotides, C. Hydrocarbons, D. Polysaccharides. 44. In a living cell, which compound serves primarily as a substance in which most ions and molecules are dissolved? A. Glycerol, B. Glucose, C. Water, D. Cellulose. Which substance are most commonly used as building blocks in synthesis of lipids? A. Sugars and starches, B. Amino acids and nucleotides, C. Starches and enzymes, D. Glycerol and fatty acids. 46. Which is an example of an inorganic compound? A. Glucose, B. Maltose, C. Water, D. Starch. 47. Which term best describes a solution with a pH of 5? A. Acidic, B. Neutral, C. Basic, D. Colorless. 48. Although there are a limited number of amino acids, many different types of proteins exist because A. Size of a given amino acid can vary, B. Chemical composition of a given amino acid can vary, C. Sequence of number of amino acids can vary, D. Same amino acid can have many different properties. 49. Which of the following is a role of a buffer? A. It increases the rate of reaction. B. It keeps the pH of a solution within a small range. C. It changes the oxidation state of elements within a compound. D. It shifts the reaction equilibrium to favor more product formation. 50. The diagram below shows the chemical structure of water. What can be concluded about the structure of water? A. It is an atom made of 2 elements. B is an atom made up of 3 elements. C. It's a molecule made up of 2 elements. D. It's a molecule made up of 3 elements. 51. Which term describes the attraction between water molecules resulting in surface tension? A. Cohesion, B. Adhesion, C. Solubility, D. pH. 52. Which of the following is the main reason that humans need to include carbohydrates in their diet? A. Carbohydrates are broken down in cells for energy. B. Carbohydrates combine to form many different proteins. C. Carbohydrates act as catalysts to speed up chemical reactions. D. Carbohydrates are the building blocks for cell growth and repair. This concludes the test. Rewind if you need to listen to any questions. Have a happy holiday season.